2K Sports pregame show.
Hey, Ernie Johnson here, and I'm joined by Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. And Memphis is where we'll be going just moments from now, as the Grizzlies will be going up against the Charlotte Hornets. And for Charlotte, this is their first time facing off this season. Last year, they split the season series at a game apiece. And we'll get to see Marc Gasol in this contest, a center who added the three-point shot to his game last season. All of a sudden, late in his career, he's become a three-point threat as a 7-footer. Man alive, Shaq.
Gasol saw how he could open up things when he added the three. Muchas gracias.
Man, and me without my SAP button. Kenny?
Well, Gasol, he's always had a great touch. But now he's just extending it from a mid-range into a long range. So I'm not surprised by this. Muy bien.
That's about does it for now. Let's get to Kevin Harlan. Adios.
Greetings, everyone. 2K Sports brings you the NBA. This is Kevin Harlan, joined by Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and on the sideline, David Aldridge. Well, it was the Charlotte Hornets winning their last game against Orlando.
I just thought the defense was porous. Got any shot they wanted, really, for most of the evening.
I'll give them credit. Even though they were facing very little resistance, they refused to play down to the level of their competition.
We are nearly ready for the tip-off, but first, let's hear from our very own David Aldridge. DA, it's all yours.
Well, guys, the Memphis Grizzlies keep facing injuries and an uphill battle in the West, but they do not give up. Marc Gasol said, "It's in our nature. We can't quit. We're not going away without a fight. We're going to make you prove that you're better than us." Kevin?
Thanks, DA. Gotta love the Grizz. They certainly take pride in their grit and grind style of play. And as the NBA season gets going, some teams look good on paper, but it doesn't always add up. And as a player, Steve, how do you know that your team has a shot to be special? What are the signs that tell you that?
I think training camp, I think the focus, I think you can just feel that chemistry. And a lot of times you've been on teams where you say, it looks good on paper, but it's not going to work well because skill-wise, general managers think it's going to work, but I think personality, sometimes they just clash.
Yeah, and you can't have that. Winning teams may have a little bit of tension, but overall they're on the same page.
You got to be on the same page to win it all.
So let's take a look at the Charlotte starting lineup. Kaminsky and Howard, the tall front line. Jeremy Lamb out there with Michael Carter-Williams. And it's Batum in at the threesome. Now Conley after Jeremy Lamb's three-pointer that didn't go. And oh, here we go. Batum's got it. Galloping the fast break chance. Chalk up two there.
Yeah, still commanding a lot of defensive attention. Howard just keeps his head up and finds the open man.
And as great as Nicholas Batum is, the one issue he's dealt with, Greg, his entire career is staying consistent during games.
And with his skill set, it is hard for Batum to be completely absent. He can play, though, too passively at times when you know what he's capable of. And he's at his best when he is active and aggressive. And Batum brings length and a versatile game to his spot on the wing. And his defense, always a big asset for this team. He's the kind of player that everybody needs to have out there, kind of a glue guy.
They get it back, and the whistle blows as the basket counts, and a three-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up.
And that's a great play on the backboard for him. I mean, it's what we expect. All his second chance points do not come by accident.
And that one falls for Marc Gasol.
And for Marc Gasol, like a lot of 7-footers guys, part of the concern is staying healthy. He had a knee injury in 2013, a fractured foot in 2016. Big guys have to cover ground in today's game. It takes a toll.
And where's the help? Obviously, a missed rotation, something they're going to want to patch up.
Only the first quarter. Guys are getting in a groove, but communication on the defense has to be better.
Now here's Parsons. We saw him with 10 points last game. Conley's shot is off. And those injuries motivated Marc Gasol to slim down and improve his conditioning.
Yes, he used to weigh over 300 pounds. Now he's 7'1" and 255. That's a big difference, and it makes a huge difference as far as the load on those legs.
Here's Parsons. Gasol kicks to Parsons. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's on Nicholas Batum.
Chandler Parsons gives you a little bit of everything. He can dribble it, he can shoot it, he can pass it. A very versatile player.
Well, a max contract last season for Chandler Parsons, despite, Greg, his history of knee injuries. That was a bold move by the Grizzlies.
Yeah, and they needed a great two-way wing player for years. Hopefully, Parsons can get healthy and fulfill that role for this team.
And that one falls for Parsons. Both free throws good from Parsons. And last season, Greg, one big issue for the Hornets was their bench.
And Charlotte tried their best to address that issue this past offseason. It just goes to show that you need to have a complete roster to compete. A lot of games were given away by the Hornets last year by losing ground when the starters left the court.
Well, it was the Memphis Grizzlies in their last game, a loss to the Rockets.
Yeah, they were able to keep it close for the most part, but you could just tell they were not in sync as a unit.
Communication seemed to be missing, and if you want to come away with a lot of wins, you have to have that. Terrific use of his body to open up space on the inside.
Carter Williams dishes to Batum. Howard kicks to Batum. There's the screen. Back to Howard. Just 5 on the clock. Another shot. A shot by Batum. No good. Grizzlies have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Conley's shot is off.
That's one of his shots in his arsenal, but it was terrific rim protection.
Batum against Parsons. Screen by Howard. Now here's Lamb, covered by Evans. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. Lamb's got his first basket of the night.
Effective screen set there for the jump shot. That was the key to the play.
And Parsons kicks to Evans. Good looking screen by Gasol. And it's Evans missing. For Charlotte, they've gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. Here's Carter Williams. He can't get that one. Great D that time from Green. And for Memphis, they're shooting well off their usual numbers, around 29% so far.
Tyreek is good at playing bigger than his size. A great finisher, close to the cup.
Now here's Lamb. 17 points for him last game against Orlando. Here's Carter Williams. Misses off the right iron.
And I'll tell you, the sooner this quarter can end, the happier he'll be. It's been tough making shots.
Count it.
Tyreek has solid floor awareness. Outstanding at knowing when one of his guys is open.
Hornets trail by 4. Carter Williams with it. He's coming off a 10-point game against Orlando.
And when you factor in the assist totals, that's a complete game.
Stolen by Evans. A finish, and it's Green slamming it down.
The foot speed of Jamaica quickly changes ends, able to convert these plays with ease.
And the replay presented, of course, by Under Armour. Unleash chaos. Great stuff and some great basketball going on. Now here's Lamb. Here's Carter Williams.
Oh, did you see that? I like what MCW does in transition. The long strides, he eats up ground quickly.
Now here's Evans. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Houston.
And he also looked to attack at the defensive end of the floor. 3 steals in that game.
Now Carter Williams following the miss by Michael Conley from deep. Screen by Howard. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen. And looking back at last season, here's a look at the 3-point and 2-point shot attempt averages for Charlotte.
And they were focused on spreading the floor and getting good looks from 3-point range. That was the key to their offense. They put in a lot of work on the perimeter.
And the Grizzlies leading by 4. Outside Conley. Gasol, a screen on Carter Williams. Fires the 3. The shot, no good. And Charlotte will go the other way with it. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Memphis this season.
Inter-conference showdown. You love to see clubs that don't play each other often go head-to-head.
I like it. East versus West. This is a very intriguing matchup.
Now here's Gasol. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against Houston.
And 3 blocks on the game as well. I mean, he was going all out and making plays defensively.
Hornets trail by 4. Here's Lamb. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the door.
The Hornets have shot just 1 free throw earlier. 1 for 1 in the game.
And they shot 81% from the line last season as a team. So you really can't find fault with what they're able to do there.
Shooting 2.
The first one falls.
And for the Grizzlies, Chandler Parsons was the biggest free agent signing in franchise history. They've got to hope his knees allow him to make a big-time impact.
And Lamb drops them both. And the Grizzlies financially capped out from the Parsons signing. They owed their first-round pick to Portland this last summer. Their 2019 pick goes to Boston. Steve, how do they surround their stars with talent now?
Great question. 7 straight playoff seasons, going for 8. The upside to compete for a title appears elusive. What they have to do is have this group catch fire and get them over the hump.
Here's Carter Williams. Michael Conley making his last shot. Conley against Carter Williams. Here's Howard. Rejected by Gasol.
Love how Gasol patrols the court, always on the lookout to reject a shot.
That's a very close call. I'm sure he thinks it's a clean block, but looks like it was on the way down.
So Memphis going with almost an entire new group here. Brandon Wright's checked in for Jermichael Green. Ennis comes in for Parsons. Ben McLemore, he's checked in for Tyreek Evans. And Fresh subbed in for Mike Conley. Now, here's Chalmers. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Houston. From 13, McLemore, no good.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backcourt. Not sure of the thought process on that one. Really bad shot selection.
Well, you're playing for the team, not just yourself. They needed much better execution that trip down the floor.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. Fires for 3. Zeller. The Grizzlies pull it in. Gasol's got 4 rebounds in this game. Now here's McLemore. He's guarded close. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket. Hornets trail by 6. Now the feed to Monk. Here's Bacon. Gasol with the defensive effort. And here is Chalmers. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. And the way we have kind of a positionless game now, Smitty, there is no part of the court, I mean any part of the court, which not one person cannot go to. I mean, a point guard can play any place. The big can go outside like you just talked about.
You're totally right. And now you've seen bigs shooting 2 or 3 feet behind the three-point line. And a lot of point guards starting to post up. It is definitely positionless basketball that we're seeing right now.
But fun to watch. Seeing those bigs shoot like that, wow, fun to watch. The free throw drops for Chalmers. For so long, the Hornets have been one of the most disciplined teams, Greg, in the NBA.
Yeah, you look at how this team takes care of the ball, and from the first guy to the last, it says something about how much pride they take in that. Minimizing turnovers goes a long way in terms of winning games. It's been a part of the basketball culture with the Hornets for quite some time.
And so Chalmers nails both of them. Hornets trail by 8. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Stone passes to Monk. Picked by Zeller. Pass to Bacon. Shot clock at 6. It gets rebounded by Ennis. Memphis leading by 8. From deep, McLemore misses that one. He's made 1 and missed 2 this game so far. Moving it up. And there's Zeller. That's good on the assist by Monk.
And you got to appreciate just the presence of mind there. Monk demonstrating solid court awareness by finding the open man.
Now here's McLemore. 9-point game his last outing. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. That's on Marvin Williams. For Memphis, they have been good at the line so far, 5 of 5. The first free throw is good. And back when Dave Yeager was the coach of the Grizzlies, Steve, he admitted they were slow and old. Is that still the case? Does this team need to get more athletic?
Yeah, I think they do. They play at a slow offensive pace. They don't get a lot of transition points. Their outside shooting has improved, but they can use more athletes.
And McLemore drops them both.
Yeah, and early on doing a really nice job at the free throw line.
Picked by Zeller. Here's Bacon. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Outside Williams. Now here's Monk, guarded by McLemore. The shot by Monk is no good.
Looking a little tentative on a very makeable shot, and this one was uncontested.
Here's Davis. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Here's Bacon. Pass to Stone. Over to the left wing. Now, here's Monk. Not a lot of room. Shot by Zeller, no good.
Ooh, that's the one when you watch the film back, he's going to cringe. He couldn't ask for a better opportunity.
Bucket is good. And the Grizzlies lead by 10.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hornets.
And this is what you got to do. I mean, if it ain't working, call timeout, try to figure out what you can do to fix the problem.
You know, also, it's just a chance to take a breath, regroup, get your mind set, and come back out fresh.
Hornets trail by 10. Out to the wing. Bacon the pass to Zeller.
Oh! That's what I'm talking about.
Wow.
That was nice.
He almost hit his head on the roof of the arena.
We just saw a man fly.
Man, he really got up there. I don't think he was ever going to come down.
Now here's Wright. Now here's McLemore outside. Does not find the basket. His third miss. He's made just one so far. Here's Bacon. Here's the dish to Monk. Stone kicks to Monk. Williams a screen. They set the pick. 6 on the shot clock. Now here's Monk, guarded by Wright. Here's Zeller. Nice work on the boards, paying off with the basket.
They are just killing them on the interior.
And the Grizzlies leading by 6. 1:16 left to play in the first quarter. Here's McLemore. And the rebound goes to the Hornets.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
Stolen by Chalmers. Fast break, here they come. It's deflected. Here's Stone. In the corner, it's Monk. No good with the triple.
I can't believe he hasn't hit a shot all period. Someone else needs to step up and help close the gap.
Here's Stone. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
And looking at this Charlotte roster, really the strength of it is their perimeter play. A good collection of dynamic playmakers and shooters from that point guard to small forward position. They are the bulk of this team's offensive threats.
Shooting 2.
He's off on the first. Greg, the Hornets were strong outside, but weak inside. I guess they've addressed that weakness, going for Dwight Howard.
Yeah, they went out and got what they felt could be an anchor on that front line. And listen, he's going to provide that rim presence that they lacked a season ago. The question is, can he also give them some punch offensively?
He hits the second from the line. And the Grizzlies leading by 5. We've got 28 seconds left to play in the first. Wright sets a screen. Now McLemore. Shot clock at 6. Here's Chalmers. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Yeah, easy call.
This is his second trip to the line in this one. And he knocks down the first one.
And trailing here in the early going, too many careless fouls, and they're giving up a lot of trips to the line.
He hits both from the stripe. There's 14 seconds left in the first. Zeller, a screen on Chalmers. Picked by Williams. Here's the 3. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Monk's got himself on the board with 3 there. And we reached the end of the first quarter. Grizzlies out in front. They're up by 4. And the second quarter will get underway just after this short break. And the Grizzlies, a team that's dealt with their share of tough playoff losses. But, you know, you talked to point guard Mike Conley, and as he told us before the game, he still feels a championship is within reach.
We feel like we're a team that's had to go through a lot of adversity. We've been through a lot of things that's set us back. You know, we feel like we can be just as good as anybody else, and why not us?
Defense really their identity. That's how they win. Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And taking a look at the Grizzlies' performance here, guys, what have they been doing or not doing?
I mean, a solid first quarter, especially looking at that plus turnover ratio.
Take care of the basketball, being disruptive on D. That combination has them out in front.
Fresh is out there with McLemore. Then it's Ennis. Then there's Davis. And it's Wright in at the 4. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. Bacon's shot is off. And the Grizzlies leading by 4. Here's Chalmers. Comes up empty down low. Here's Bacon. It's stolen by Ennis. Pass to Chalmers. Ennis kicks to Wright. Some nice passing there by Memphis. A second chance effort in deep. Davis drops it in. Davis has got the opening basket here in the second quarter for the Grizzlies.
Fantastic positioning on that offensive board. Then right back up.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Hey, guys, something special is brewing in Charlotte. Point guard Kemba Walker said, "It's a great start. We know how to play with each other, and we love playing with each other. The best thing is how hard we all work. We're going to grow." Kevin?
And that kind of optimism is terrific, David. Thank you. Walker and the Charlotte Crews seem to be a perfect match. Ennis. And so the ball out of bounds. Davis touched it last. So Memphis going with almost an entire new group here. Jermichael Green, he's checked in for Wright. Parsons comes in for James Ennis. Tyreek Evans is checked in for Ben McLemore. And it's Mike Conley in for Fresh. And here in the second with about a minute and a half gone by. Lamb dishes to Carter Williams. Kaminsky with the ball. He picked up 18 points in their last win against Orlando. And it's blocked.
And Parsons with the heads-up play on defense.
Down low. And that one falls coming off Conley's feet. And it's 6 points for Chandler Parsons.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Now here's Carter Williams. Picked by Zeller. And here is Carter Williams. Rocket 6 from about 19 feet. He squares up and sinks it. Carter Williams has got 6 points. And David Fisdale, 8 seasons in Miami as an assistant coach, including 2 seasons as assistant head coach. He's been a top coaching prospect for years.
Well, he's dreamed of becoming a head coach. What he does is he has an unbelievable work ethic. He's determined. Also, he has a great feel for the game, and he has a great relationship with his players and the city of Memphis. I can tell you right now, the coach loved everything about that shot except the result.
Lamb passes to Carter Williams. Got a piece of it. Kaminsky with the ball. Davis is there. Just his first attempt. And Davis pulls it down. Davis has got his 7th rebound here tonight. Now Conley. 14 points from him the last game against Houston.
And it was an unselfish night for him as well. He got plenty of assists to go along with all those points.
Hornets trail by 6 and stolen by Parsons. And it's Davis with the jam.
Well, you leave a guy that open with Parsons on the floor, and you know he's going to find him.
For Charlotte, they've gotten off to a rough start here in the second quarter, going just 1 for 5. They set the pick. And Lamb kicks to Kaminsky. Offensive rebound. Carter Williams against Evans. Kaminsky dishes to Lamb. Picked by Zeller. Tries again. No good from Lamb. Memphis leading by 8. Evans outside. They kick it out to Green. Yes, and a nice assist from Evans. Green's got his second bucket of the night.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Charlotte calls timeout. Tyreke Evans, the 4th pick back in 2009, won Rookie of the Year.
Averaged 20 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists right off the bat. And it's been about the injuries in terms of what's held him back. If he can stay healthy, and that's a big if, the talent is obvious. And Kevin, they've been committing a lot of turnovers here. Taking care of the basketball is the #1 priority right now in that huddle. They've got to tighten it up.
The Grizzlies making a switch here. Gasol's checked in. And a switch here also for Charlotte. Dwight Howard's checked in for Cody Zeller. Kaminsky tries again. And the Hornets miss again. Grizzlies have gotten a little under 50% of their second quarter shots to find the mark. 4 of 9 all told. Here's Parsons. And finished off by Parsons.
One of the premier playmaking big men in the league. Marc Gasol finding the open man.
Hornets trail by 12. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Here's Howard. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face. For Memphis, they've gotten exactly half their shots to go down here in the second. 5 of 10. Conley kicks to Parsons. Green with a screen on Batum. To the middle. Puts it up from 7. Rebounded by Lamb. Lamb's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Here's Batum. Shot clock reset for Charlotte. A shot by Carter Williams. Nobody around. Carter Williams with another miss. And it's Evans in the corner from downtown. And that one falls coming off Conley's feet. And it's 7 points for Tyreke Evans.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Batum wide open. He fires. Gets the 3-pointer to fall.
Oh, okay. It's on. Trading blows here from distance.
You know what? Both sides are in rhythm. The defense out there having no effect.
Now here's Conley. Gasol in the high post, working on Howard. Conley gets the bucket.
Conley is so tricky down low, creating just enough space to get his shot over the defense.
Here's Carter Williams. He's got 6. To the paint. Here's Howard. And the layup's good off the glass. Howard's got 6.
No issues on that one. Good work all around.
And the Grizzlies leading by 10. Evans kicks to Green. Gasol on the high post. Evans outside. That 3 off the mark. Charlotte has gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. And a wide open look for Lamb. Offensive rebound. The Grizzlies have gone 7 of 14 in the second quarter, shooting to the tune of 50%. Conley kicks to Gasol. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 of 3 so far.
Marc Gasol is a workhorse down deep, just rising up and throwing it down.
And the Hornets call time here. And every season we have the MVP conversation, Smitty. When you look forward over the next, let's say 5 to 10 years, who are the guys, the players you think will be regulars in that conversation?
I think the guys, James Harden, Russell Westbrook, Kevin Durant, Steph Curry. Some other guys, I think, Kawhi Leonard, Karl Anthony Towns, Anthony Davis. And as long as he plays, Kevin, LeBron James will always be in that conversation. It doesn't look like the end is coming in the next 5 or 10 years.
Looking here at some numbers for Batum. A very nice season for him last year. Averaged 15 points a game, 6 assists and 6 rebounds. And he has been passing the ball like a virtuoso. That's what really stands out about these recent performances.
You know, mentally, he's a pass-first type of player. It gets everyone involved and engaged, and that really sparks this offense.
Now here's Kaminsky. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. And the Grizzlies leading by 9. Evans with it. He has 7. Out to Conley. There's the 3. That shot, no good. And Charlotte will go the other way with it. Next up on the docket, the Bucks following this one. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. And that one is good. 9 points for Lamb.
And Howard isn't just a banger down low. He also possesses outstanding vision to zip the ball over to the open man.
Now here's Gasol. He's got 5. On the wing, Batum. Charlotte getting another chance here. Second chance shot. Some solid defense from Gasol.
And tonight, he just hasn't been efficient offensively. That's a big reason why they're behind. Just hasn't had it tonight, but his teammates are picking up the slack.
Here's Carter Williams, and there it is for him. Carter Williams has got 8 points.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
So timeout called here. The first for Memphis.
Yeah, you need to refocus now. Momentum is running against you.
And from what I'm seeing, there's too many unfavorable matchups out there on the floor.
So Memphis going with almost an entire new group here. Wright, he's checked in for JaMychal Green. Ennis comes in for Chandler Parsons. And McLemore, he's checked in for Tyreke Evans. And Fresh subbed in for Mike Conley. Now, here's Chalmers. Wright throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a three-point play. That's on Dwight Howard.
Just a super strong take by Wright. The way he controls his body and buries shots despite contact is admirable.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
One shot, find the lanes.
Free throw drops for Wright.
Brandon Wright, a former lottery pick out of North Carolina. He's bounced around a little, but one of the best finishers in the league.
There's the pick, and there's the pass to Bacon. Loses the defender with the screen and drills the jumper.
And defensively, you've got to make a greater effort working over the screens.
Yeah, he could have made a better choice. He left him an easy one. Let's see how he plays the next screen.
Back to Chalmers. Down low and stolen by Howard. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
And for the Grizzlies, chemistry and continuity have been a strength, but we're seeing some roster changes too.
Yeah, we are. Vets who have helped establish this team starting to move aside. Age is a factor for this group. Also a move by the team to adapt to modern pace and space basketball.
2 shots.
That free throw, no good.
And you think about it, for so long, the Grizzlies were kind of the throwback team. I mean, they had the 2 bangers in the front court, and they really rejected that whole pace and space movement. But finally, they've come around, retooling their lineups to get more shooting on the floor.
And he sinks the second. And Greg, you look at the changes for the Grizzlies, looking for versatility and adaptability in their players.
Yeah, grit and grind, still the identity, but you got to be able to space the floor and cover pick and roll. The era of a post-up centric basketball team doesn't seem to be in the future.
And again, Memphis no good. Hornets trail by 5. To the middle. Here's Williams, and 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Now let's take a look at the most efficient scorers in the NBA from last year's campaign. The fourth spot held by Dwight Howard.
Put the ball in the bucket. I mean, that's the name of the game, right? I mean, just ask him. He'll have the answer for you.
He misses the free throw. And Marvin Williams, for a long while, had been viewed as a tweener. You know, a player who is stuck somewhere, Greg, between the small and power forward positions.
Yeah, and for a lot of players, that is plenty to get you minutes. I mean, Williams has improved on his defense here later in his career, and he shot more threes, and it's really become a weapon for him over the course of his career.
Now, here's Chalmers. Here's Gasol, right outside. Back to Gasol, over Howard. No good on the shot, a bit long that time.
Wow, he had it at point-blank range, but the defense was all over him.
The shot's good from Monk.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range.
And Chalmers gets to Gasol. Out to the wing. There's McLemore. He slams it down right on top of Marvin Williams.
Oh, and he got fancy with that one.
Yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open. Hornets trail by 3. Stone passes to Williams. 58 seconds left now here in the second. Stone kicks to Monk. There's a screen. Just 5 to shoot. Launches it. And out of bounds as Memphis gains possession. Cody Zeller's checked in for Dwight Howard. And the Grizzlies leading by 3. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It goes on Cody Zeller. For Memphis, they haven't made a mistake at the line yet. 10 of 10.
And at the line last season, about 78% as a team. Pretty solid numbers.
First one falls for him. Deontay Davis is checked in for Marc Gasol. And so Chalmers nails both of them.
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
30 seconds left to play in the first half. And it's Wright sending it back.
The reach of Wright on display. You have to account for his shot blocking.
McLemore dishes to Chalmers. Kicks to McLemore and stolen by Zeller. Monk. No good there. And the first half comes to a close. We've got a close game going on here. Grizzlies lead by 5. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks a lot, Dwight. What are you seeing from your opponent tonight?
They're a tough team. You know, they play hard, they play together, they move the ball, and they know how to play within the offense, you know. And we've been doing a better job on the defensive end, and I think tonight we came out with the right mentality. We just got to keep it up.
Dwight, thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And we hope you enjoyed the competitive first half of action. Ernie Johnson here welcoming you back to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. That guy right there is Shaquille O'Neal, and that guy right there is Kenny the Jet Smith. For the Grizzlies, the first quarter was pretty even. At the end of the period, they held a 4-point lead. Well, for the Grizzlies, Kenny?
The differential is the free throw attempts. And that's one of the big stories in this game tonight. They were being so aggressive and so smart that all they could do on the defensive end was foul.
Shaq, let's get your insight on Charlotte.
Their three-point shooting in the first half was atrocious. Ugh, ugly, awful, nasty. It's not that they're just missing shots. It's like they just keep taking the shots. Hold on, Ernie. Hey, you, whatever your number is, stop shooting the three. See, Ernie, that's all the coach got to do. Tell them stop shooting the three. Pass, cut, work together, do something.
And that will conclude our halftime presentation. We take you back to Kevin Harlan for the second half.
Doesn't the Mississippi River look simply spectacular in the moonlight here tonight? Welcome back, everyone, to Memphis. Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far. What can you say, Jeremy? And the Grizzlies leading by 5. Tipping off the second half. Here's Steve Clifford's 5. Kaminsky and Howard, the tall front line. Carter Williams is out there with Jeremy Lamb. And it's Batum in at the small forward position.
Just great at getting after it defensively, forcing guys into tough shots.
Yeah, to be successful, you've got to protect the paint. He rises to that challenge.
Evans passes to Parsons with the fadeaway. Conley kicks to Parsons. And the rebound goes to the Hornets.
They have yet to hit a shot, a real slow start here in the second half.
Here's Howard. The Grizzlies pull it in. Green's got his third rebound tonight. Here's Conley. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. And Mike Conley at 6'1", not the biggest guy on the floor, not the heaviest guard you're going to go against, but he does compete at the defensive end well.
The reason why, Kevin, he's tough, he's mobile, and he has quick hands for steals. His frame isn't an issue for him.
Two shots.
And he knocks down the first one. Steve, you're known for your three-point shooting, but as more and more teams look to space the floor and shoot threes, we've heard some legends, like Isaiah Thomas, for instance, complain that everyone's playing the same. What do you think about that?
You know, me and Isaiah, we've definitely talked about it, and I look at it, yes, we have some guys that's multi-talented, but everybody can't shoot threes. If you're a good guy to be able to knock down with a high percentage, shoot the three. But if you're a mid-range guy, you can still be an all-star shooting the mid-range. Play to your strength, work on that shooting threes, but I just hate when 5, 6, 7 guys, everybody's running to that line, and that's all we're seeing. You got to defend, you got to rebound, you got to block shots, you got to do other things, because that still is the way you can win the game, by doing all things, not just shoot threes.
And really, having the best teams in history always had guys that can do different things, a ball handler, a rebounder, a screener, a long shooter. Yeah. It's always a combination of all those things instead of everybody doing the same
You're
thing.
so right, Kevin. And even though we've been in this three-point era, in the last 2 or 3 years, rebounding the basketball and defending still can win basketball games for you.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, David Fizdale was one of the most respected assistant coaches in the league before he took over in Memphis last season. He spent 8 seasons in Miami, where LeBron James played for him. LeBron said he has every quality that would fit a head coach. He's confident in his ability, a great learner, a great communicator. So it was great to see him get the nod, and he's proven so far why he's capable of the job.
Shooting
Kevin?
2. And an endorsement from LeBron is never a bad thing, D.A. Thanks so much. And that one falls for Mike Conley.
In my opinion, last season, the best of Mike Conley's career. He upped his scoring to over 20 points a game. At the same time, his most efficient offensive season.
And Conley drops them both. And like a lot of the Grizzlies, Conley shooting a lot more threes.
He is. He's also gotten even better in his in-between game. Those floaters, he's even increased that. And he has great balance right now to his game.
Batum with the ball. Now Green defending. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. A chance now for a three-point play. They get Marc Gasol.
And, you know, that's an example of how many plays we have in a game for which there's no stat. A monster dunk coming off just a terrific pick play.
Greg, you're right. It really did work to perfection. Gave him all the room he needed for the flush.
That's what happens when you get an excellent screen like that. He had plenty of space to slash right toward the basket.
A free throw drops for Batum. And the Grizzlies leading by 4. Good-looking screen by Gasol. They kick it out to Green. Conley with a wide-open look. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. 11 points for Mike Conley.
Finally, they get one to drop. That's one of their first 4 here in the third.
And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
And that's a tough one. But on those illegal screen calls, the defender's never going to get the benefit of the doubt.
Some guys, they just know how to get away with it, and some don't.
Memphis has gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Parsons on the wing. And again, it's Memphis with the 3.
Three-point shooting since the half has been about as good as you could ask for.
Carter Williams against Conley. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. And former Rookie of the Year award winner Michael Carter Williams, their guard. Things have really been tough for him since winning that hardware as he has bounced from team to team. Steve trying to find a spot in the lineup.
Well, MCW, a large part of it, he just isn't a good shooter. He can use his size and his passing to create shots for others. Very good defensively. It ends up being a liability on the offensive end, and that's hurt him.
That free throw, no good.
Well, you know he's an inconsistent jump shooter. That's also carried over to the free throw line for Michael Carter Williams.
And he's good on the second. And the Grizzlies leading by 9. Evans outside. He feeds it to Gasol. That one misses. Now Charlotte takes it the other way.
Really surprising to see the huge edge they have in rebounds given what the scoreboard says.
They get it again. And finally they hit one. 10 points for Dwight Howard.
Yeah, and when Howard is allowed to get near the bucket, he capitalizes easily on the offensive glass. He sees the game so well.
Feeds to Conley. Takes it into the teeth of the D and converts the layup. Conley's got 9 points now in just the second half. There's the screen. The shot by Kaminsky. Nobody around. Those 3-pointers off the mark. Memphis has gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. Conley kicks to Gasol. Down low. And Evans the basket on the assist by Gasol. And now it's an 11-point Memphis lead. For Charlotte, they've gone a lackluster 3 of 9 from the field since halftime. Charlotte calls timeout.
Marc Gasol, beloved in Memphis. In a way, I think he's a hometown kid. Went to high school in Memphis when his older brother Powell played with the Grizzlies.
Marc Gasol didn't get a lot of attention playing in high school despite his last name and his 7-foot frame. And Steve, I know you like his nickname in high school, the Big Burrito.
I guess he had a big healthy appetite. The Big Burrito is cute, but guess what? As of today, he has lost all that weight. He is laughing at guys calling him the Big Burrito.
Batum dishes to Howard. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. Green's got his 4th rebound in this one. The feed to Parsons. He kicks it to Evans. Back to Parsons. Shoots over Batum. Off the iron that time. Hornets trail by 11. 14 feet away. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And in his day, one of the top scorers in the league. Howard turning back the clock.
Outside Gasol. He dishes it to Parsons. Gasol kicks to Parsons. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Great D that time from Batum. This one for 3. Another miss by Batum.
You know, not sure if it's him or the defense, but just something's off tonight.
Especially in this quarter. He's had a few shots that looked like they would fall, but things haven't gone his way.
And a lot to like about that play, particularly how it ends.
Yeah, at the rack. That's what you want in transition, a high percentage look.
And it's sent back by Howard.
Yeah, and shooters have to be cautious with Howard around. He has such a long reach that he easily blocks those kinds of shots.
Takes the 3. Kaminsky misses.
I'll tell you, he just hasn't been able to get it done on the offensive end. It's kind of dragged down the team.
From 18 feet away, rebounded by Howard. Hornets trail by 7. Fast break now for Charlotte. Finished off the break. And that's now 11 points for Michael Carter-Williams.
Nice decision by Michael Carter-Williams. Has that old school floater.
Conley against Carter-Williams. And Parsons kicks to Gasol. Blanketed by the D. He fights to the rim for the layup. Gasol's got his 3rd basket of the night.
Delivering these passes in tight quarters, that's tricky.
They set the pick. Here's Carter-Williams. Some solid defense from Gasol.
And forcing the miss there, he just knows how to pressure you defensively.
And also protecting the rim at all costs. I love the anticipation to affect the shot.
Parsons' shot is off.
Yeah, and you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Here's Lamb. The 18-footer is right on the mark. Lamb's got 11 points.
And that's 6 straight for him on fast breaks.
Timeout called, the Grizzlies.
And you can see his wheels are turning. We'll see what he draws up here.
It's been an ongoing battle of adjustments, trying to identify your strongest matchup each time down the floor.
So Memphis ends up going with the new group. And we take a look here at the shot chart for the Hornets.
Well, they haven't really been strong enough inside. I mean, they haven't been a force or aggressive with getting those good quality looks in the paint. And I think the one-dimensionality of their offense is going to continue to be an issue because the defense isn't having to worry about clogging the lane or defending down low.
Davis. And the shot is good. He has 6.
High percentage play, working the ball in close, then the nice move to convert.
Stone passes to Bacon. Dishes to Stone. In the corner, it's Monk. Zeller setting the pick for Monk. Just 3 to shoot, and Davis pulls it down. Davis has got his 8th rebound here tonight. They get the rebound. Pass to Ennis. And Ennis slams it in.
Ooh, that's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
That's about as violent as a rim rocker as it gets. A real confidence builder.
Now, here's Chalmers. 6 points for him. McLemore dishes to Chalmers. To the inside. Here's Davis. That's good, and so Chalmers with the assist. Chalmers has got 3 assists in the game. Hornets trail by 11. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Pick by Zeller. There's Bacon. Goes back up. Fouled in the act of shooting. A 3-point play chance coming up.
Yeah, outstanding job there of taking the harm and still able to finish.
For Charlotte, they have made 8 of their 12 free throws in this game.
One shot. One shot.
And that one falls for Zeller.
And when you watch Cody Zeller on the floor, you just see how effective he is. He really plays the position well on both ends. He doesn't put up those huge numbers, but the change for his team is that he is so versatile and easy to plug in.
Here's McLemore. Lays it up off the glass. McLemore's got 8 points.
Up by a bunch. He's still pushing the action, trying to impose his will.
With this big of a deficit in the score, you think the losing team would be playing harder. Nope, the opposite.
Passes it to Monk. A floater. It's stolen by Davis. And here is Chalmers. He has 6. The kick out to Wright. Back to Ennis. With the tip, Zeller grabs the board. Hornets trail by 10. Here's Monk. Charlotte again missing. And Greg, last season the Hornets were so much more productive when Zeller was on the floor. He was crucial whenever they came away with the win.
And many fans will tell you that Zeller was the second most important player on the team last season. Not a big box score guy, but his value to a team is undeniable.
Stone kicks to Monk. There's a screen by Williams. Shot from free throw range. Here's Stone. The dish to Zeller. There's a screen. Pass to Monk. A 3-ball. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. They'll be hosting Orlando for the next one. That will complete this 4-game homestand. Chalmers' shot is no good. Hornets trail by 10. We've got 1:08 left here in the third quarter. Over to the wing. There's Bacon. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target. Memphis has gone into the 3-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
And hammering down the 2-hand slam. Charlotte has gotten off to a very slow start from 3-point range in the second half. They're 0 for 4. Picked by Zeller. Stone kicks to Monk. Bacon the pass to Zeller. Stone dishes to Zeller. 4 on the shot clock. Here's Bacon. Another miss, and they desperately need a bucket. Memphis leading by 12. Here's McLemore. That's in there. Davis with the assist. And that's 12 points for Ben McLemore.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Here's Stone, picked by Zeller. Now Monk. It's stolen by McLemore. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. It's the Grizzlies as they end the third quarter on a 14-5 run. And when we return, we'll get the fourth quarter rolling right here on 2K Sports. And we're getting underway here in the fourth quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things change up here. Hornets trail by 14. Davis is out there with Wright. Then it's Ben McLemore. Then it's Fresh, and it's Ennis in at the 3. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. Zeller passes to Monk. 6 on the shot clock. Here's the floater. And Chalmers kicks to McLemore. The kick out to Wright. And here's Chalmers for 3. And it's out of bounds. The Grizzlies able to retain possession here. Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for the Hornets. Carter Williams comes in for Stone. Davis kicks to Chalmers. And that one falls coming off of Davis's feed. Chalmers has got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Grizzlies. Chalmers against Carter Williams. There's the pass to Bacon. And Davis sends it back. Now here's Ennis. He's guarded closer. And Ennis slams it in.
Well, this is what every coach emphasizes. Keep your head up. Be willing to make the extra pass.
Hornets trail by 18. On the wing, Batum. And the 3 ball is good.
There it is. Just lined it up and knocked it down. His first 3 of the half, second of the game.
And Chalmers kicks to Wright. There's a good screen. Here's Ennis, and that one is good. Ennis has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
Carter Williams against Chalmers. Carter Williams kicks to Batum. It's stolen by Ennis. Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. Davis dishes to Wright. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That's on Marvin Williams.
Not a bad idea to foul Wright when he gets inside. Better to put him on the free throw line than to give up an easy bucket.
Two shots.
Free throw drops for Wright.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
So Memphis going with almost an entire new group here. Marc Gasol's checked in for Deontay Davis. Chandler Parsons comes in for Ennis. Evans, he's checked in for Ben McLemore. And it's Mike Conley in for Fresh. And then for Charlotte, Dwight Howard. He's checked in for Cody Zeller. Kaminsky comes in for Marvin Williams. And Jeremy Lamb subbed in for Bacon.
You heard a lot of legends saying Dwight Howard should dominate in the post. I think he still can on the defensive end, not so much on the offensive end.
Wright, the pass to Gasol. Misses from close range.
Really surprising to see the huge edge they have in rebounds, given what the scoreboard says.
Parsons against Batum. Kicks to Kaminsky. Stolen by Evans. Here's Conley. The Grizzlies with another miss.
An uncontested look from mid-range. He typically drains that one.
Carter Williams with it. There's the pick. Over in the corner, Lamb. Clock at 6. And a great assist by Carter Williams as that one goes in. 14 points for Lamb. And the Grizzlies leading by 15. Conley left side.
Evans.
Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup. Conley's got 11 points here in just the second half. Hornets have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. Kaminsky sets the pick for Lamb. He feeds it to Carter Williams. Kaminsky kicks to Lamb. Fires from deep. Second shot opportunity. Now here's Carter Williams. Howard with this screen on Conley. Screen by Howard. Batum against Parsons. Parsons comes with a double team. Goes back up. Kaminsky misses. Grizzlies have gone 4 of 8 in this fourth quarter, shooting an even 50% from the field. Conley against Carter Williams. Conley dishes to Parsons. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good.
Whenever a guy is open, Conley will find him. He has a talent for getting the ball to his guys quickly.
And Lamb kicks to Batum. Feeds to Carter Williams. Howard with this screen on Conley. Carter Williams. It's rebounded by Memphis. Parsons got his 4th rebound in this one. Outside Conley. Back to Parsons. From outside the arc. Parsons missing again.
Well defended that time. He's a shooter that the D has to close down on quickly when he's ready to pull the trigger.
Well, Steve, it's something that everyone has a different opinion on. How do you feel about the current amount of years a player has to play in college before they enter the NBA draft?
Well, Kevin, I look at it this way. I like the notion that people have been throwing around that you're able to come out of high school and go to the NBA. But if you choose to go to college, you must play 2 years. So I'm leaning toward and researching and looking at that. I think I'm on board with that because there are some guys should have the opportunity straight out of high school, and there are some guys I think need college. So I think if they can balance that out, and I think that's the way I would be leaning.
I like that perspective.
You know, this is a time when you don't have to force anything. You're in command of this game.
And some room here for Batum. Their offense stone cold. Another miss there. From 15 feet away, and he didn't get quite enough under that one.
And you see why his reputation is so strong defensively. He allows no separation.
And so many defenses are not designed to take away the mid-range jumper, but he's given nothing away.
Evans goes in, and the dunk by Evans.
Evans is great at taking it inside. If you give him a lane, he exploits it every time.
And here is Carter Williams. There's the feed to Batum. And he makes the bucket, drew contact, and gets the whistle too.
How about battling through the impact there and then willing that basketball in?
One shot.
That free throw good from Batum.
And one of the problems in the first half, that shoddy work at the free throw line. They needed to fix that, and they've been much improved since the break.
Back to Conley. Too long in the paint, and he's hit with a 3-second violation.
One shot.
And that one falls for Mike Conley.
It's interesting. No free throw attempts for him in the first half. He's finally pushing the action and reaping the reward.
Gasol a screen. Evans passes to Gasol. Looking to get back on track here. Off the left rim and out. Hornets trail by 16. Here's Lamb. Goes back up. Howard's shot is good.
And a really nice job by Howard to come up with a high percentage interior shot. His shot selection has been superb.
Gasol setting the pick for Conley. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. Conley's got 14 points now in the second half.
See, in this half, I feel like he's a much different shooter. Calm, focused, and letting things come to him.
Here's Carter Williams. No good off the back of the rim.
Not sure of the thought process on that one. Really bad shot selection.
Well, you're playing for the team, not just yourself. They needed much better execution that trip down the floor.
And finished off by Gasol.
And it does not take much for Gasol to throw it down. Just feed the big man inside, and he's good to go.
Hornets trail by 18. Carter Williams dishes to Kaminsky. He kicks it to Batum. Over Parsons. A shot by Batum, no good. For Memphis, they've gone 8 of 16 from the field in the fourth, exactly 50%. And that's Evans penetrating. And Parsons kicks to Green. Evans outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Takes a big height bounce and goes in. And the Grizzlies lead by 20.
Evans is a nice mid-range shooter. Good job squaring himself up before firing.
Conley against Batum. And Howard has it in the corner. Here's Lamb. Shoots. Another shot. And it's Howard laying it in. Howard's got 4 points in the quarter.
And they've shown a little extra hustle on the offensive glass here in the second half. Second chance points are starting to add up for them, and they can use every one of them.
Love the veracity of Evans when he's attacking the cup. He's looking for the foul.
2 shots, gentlemen. 2.
The first free throw is good.
Evans is a nice player, a guy who can play multiple positions, an effective scorer.
And both free throws good for Evans. Well, the NBA has taken great strides to ensure a competitive balance, Steve, over the past decades, but they have a long way to go to achieve complete parity. I don't know that it can ever be done. How do you feel about the current competitive balance of the league right now?
I think it's good, but Kevin, you're totally right. You can't get complete parity. You're going to have injuries, and I think when you have injuries, it changes the whole dynamic of these teams. So far, so good for me. I think there's a lot of balance. Good teams are good for a while, and then it always shifts and changes. I think we're in good hands right now.
You know, didn't need 2 hands for that slam. One will do just fine.
You're right. He can save the other hand for the next time. Charlotte calls timeout.
Yeah, the amount of points they've given up here in the paint, that's what they got to talk about.
You know, for the most part, their perimeter D is holding up, but they might have to sacrifice some of that to close down the lane.
And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Marc Gasol.
And as you'd expect, he's done most of his damage in that low block. I mean, that was the game plan, to get it to him in the paint and just let him go to work. And boy, has the big fella delivered. He has just killed them down low.
They'd lost 2 straight coming into this one, and he knew he needed to put his foot down. He's shown leadership tonight, getting them back on the winning track. Hornets trail by 19. Now Lamb. Screen by Howard. Shot off the screen. Howard with this screen on Conley. Clock at 4. Here's Carter Williams. Can't hit that one. Good work defensively by Conley. Evans outside. He dishes it to Green. Conley against Carter Williams. Gasol. Good D by Howard. Charlotte's gone 4-7 with the long ball here in the fourth quarter. Carter Williams with it. Gasol covering. Carter Williams against Conley. Howard in the post. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Howard's got 12 points in just the second half.
And Howard just shrugging off the competitive defense there, using his muscle to get the job done near the basket.
Green passes to Evans. 1:27 left to play in the final quarter. Hornets trail by 17.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for Memphis.
This is a game where the defense, steals specifically, generating a lot of opportunities.
And it created possessions for them, scoring opportunities, and that effort, a big part of what will be a nice victory here tonight.
And every win important, and this one will go down as win number 3.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start off with a win.
Hey, guys, what a nice performance it was for Marc Gasol.
He was flying around on both ends of the floor. Terrific energy and enthusiasm, and that rubbed off on his teammates. I thought he was a catalyst tonight.
Free throw good. Parsons. Smitty, as the game grows internationally, we've seen a contrast drawn between the academies, for instance, in Europe and Australia, and the youth basketball organizations in this country. Do you think we're doing it the right way? Should there be change, more policing of just how things are run at a very young level?
I think more policing, Kevin. I think also coaches being better equipped to be able to be around young kids. I think also how many games these kids are playing. I think obviously you want them to have games, but when they're playing 5, 6, 7 games in a weekend, I just think that's too much.
Here's Zeller, and the dunk by Zeller.
You get a chance to see the elite court vision there. Excellent pass.
And here are the Grizzlies with it. Davis sets a screen. Floats it up for Davis. It's tipped. Parsons against Zeller, and too long on the shot. 19 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Monk dishes to Stone. On the mark with the 15-footer.
And you got to like that they are competing all the way through. Try and maybe build some momentum going into the next one.
Because the execution was not there tonight. That's something they can use this time to work on.
Chalmers with it. So no problem for Memphis as they get the win. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Kevin. Chandler, you guys really passed the ball well tonight, and that seemed to feed energy at both ends.
Yeah, just playing selfish. And as you can see, we're having so much fun when we play that way. When everyone's getting involved, everybody's touching it. It's just a much better team offense when we play like that, and it's successful for us.
It was successful tonight, Chandler. Thanks for your time. Kevin, back to you.
All right, David, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Steve Smith, Craig Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for tuning in. We'll see you next time.